Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to WELSHYTECH. Now, we've got another monitor from AOC. Yeah, loads of monitors, but this one is very good. It's one of their budget lines, so make sure you continue to watch. Okay, and so this is some CSGO gameplay on the latest 1080p monitor from AOC. It is 27 inches, 1080p, 180Hz, and it is an IPS display. It has got onboard speakers, but the speakers aren't exactly the best, as you can hear. They do sound rather tinny, but for 150 quid, I believe it's around that price mark. It sounds okay, so I mean, obviously it's not going to be the best listening experience when it comes to onboard speakers, but for the price it's actually nice to see actually speakers on board. So let's try and round one sound. Now when it comes to the FPS, I'm getting 400 plus FPS here on the map. That's obviously going to be down to your system primarily, to see if your system will actually run those type of high refresh rate frames. But if you've got a good enough, like, mid-tier system, you should be alright. But, I mean, it's a good experience. I mean, it feels buttery smooth. There's no input lag. There's nothing. Whoa. Boom. Bang. Where'd he go? Ha! Where is he? Ah, you bugger. But yeah, I mean, look, it's a good monitor if you want to, you know, gaming monitor that's 1080p for your kid, or just something to actually use for your system. It's not a bad option. Okay, so, right, this is the menu. They have updated it, thankfully. Wasn't a fan of their previous one, but they've got all the settings you want in here as well. Game settings, picture settings, but that tells you the input selection. Of course, it gives you a timer. The audio, you can mute it, you can do the volume, OSD for transparent, H position, V position, timeout, and then it gives you all the information about this monitor. And of course, then it comes with a game mode. You can actually enable adaptive sync, which will help you. But the one you probably want is frame view, the frame counter. You can do it there. Overdrive, then adaptive sync, color, game color, shadow control, and then you get gaming modes. Now, as you can see, I'm on gamer 1. But if we go back to off, as you can see, the contrast, and it seems a bit bland, but you can adjust that in G menu or on the monitor's interface. Okay, so this is G menu. This is their own software. This is for primarily their peripherals, their monitors, and this is very easy to use. Now go back to home. It will come up with a keyboard, mouse. They do also have an RGB game mat, and you can also adjust your headset in here. When it comes to the game modes, this is all game modes you get: FPS, RTS, race, Gamer 1, Gamer 2, Gamer 3. Then you can advance it or you can customize it. It has got game sync. It's got low blue mode, which you can adjust it just in case. Because when you sit in front of a monitor, it does tend to strain your eyes after a while, so you can adjust that. Now display, yeah, it does say HDR settings, but I'm going to say this isn't a HDR monitor. I would not enable HDR. You're not going to get the best experience. If you want HDR, go for something else. They do have HDR specific monitors. They are rather expensive, but they are well worth it. Now you've got a frame counter. Obviously you've got your your pointer for the shooting, so you can tell what it is. Then of course you can change your input settings. You can change the volume. Then you've got Screen Plus, which by here it's to a utility for arranging and snapping windows into efficient layout. So you're going to change it to parts of the screen that you can also download. This doesn't have light FX because it doesn't have RGB. This is primarily a budget monitor, but when it comes to the overall response, it does feel very nice. As you saw in the CSGO gameplay, it does feel very responsive. Of course, that's going to come down to your system. If you've got a very low quality system, it's not going to pump the 180 hertz. You have got to have a system that can actually run at those frame rates. Right then, so what did you think? Look, through gameplay, it was buttery smooth. I didn't experience any hitches, no problems with the IPS display, nothing. There was no problems there. Now, when it comes to the onboard speakers, no, they aren't the best, but then again, it's a £150 monitor. What do you really expect? At least it has speakers. That's a good thing. So if you don't need a headset, I'd recommend getting a better sound system or a headset personally, but that's just me. The interface, much better AOC. I definitely like this interface. It's a lot better than your old one. The monitor, I think that the response rate and the IPS with the 1080p at this price point is a very good value option for your kid or someone who wants to get into gaming on a PC. Now, it would work on a console, but that's just that thing. I'm not into consoles. That's up to you, but it would run on a console. So like I said, it will run on a console. I think at the price point, it's not heavy. It's not overdone. It doesn't have every bell and whistle. But then again, at this kind of price point, you're not wanting all the bells and whistles. Now, AOC does do a lot of different ranges when it comes to monitors. They do the high end to the low end, and they do the mid-range. They do ultra-wides. They do OLED displays, mini LED. They do a lot of different variations of gaming monitors, so I suggest go over to their website. That'll be in the description below. Have a check at what monitors they have, because I've reviewed a lot of their monitors. So if you look at my monitor reviews, there is so many AOC. It's unbelievable. I've reviewed loads. Last year I reviewed so many. It was amazing. And I'd like to thank them again for sending this out. Really do appreciate it. I want to continue this forward. And it gets my thumbs up and my recommendation. Even though I wouldn't buy it personally because I prefer something bigger and a bigger resolution. But if you're looking for a game monitor for your kid or something to get into gaming, this is the option at the best price point. So don't forget to subscribe because I've got loads of stuff coming. Not to, I've got a gaming PC build coming up in April. I've got stuff coming from Thermalright. I've got loads of stuff here that I still need to make videos about. And as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic week and weekend ahead of you. This is Richard from WELSHYTECH. Goodbye.